Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Retro Wheels, and today we are looking at a 1993 Nissan Sunny 130Y, which was once, sailing through in most of the roads in Malaysia. So this is a model from 1993, like I mentioned, and it's known as the Nissan Sunny Extra 2 model. As you can see, there's been some minor, I wouldn't say modifications, let's put it as enhancement has been made to this car, whereby it's running on a 14-inch sport rims. It's matte black, which has been resprayed actually. And let's look at the car more in details. I can say that this is one of the best looking Nissan Sunny of a 27-year-old runtime that we can find today. So this car is mine. I got it sometime last year. I think to be exact, it's almost a year now. In few days time the road tax is expiring. That's a separate story. Now, as you can see, the body is still fine. I wouldn't say there will be any body work needed on this car, and it still has its original emblems in place. This is used to be one of the trademark of this car. As you can see, it's 1.3 GL with the extra badge on top of it. The body moldings, the door moldings looks fine. Side mirrors and the visors have been replaced though. This is not the original visor. The original visor just recently gave way. It was broken into pieces, so I had to replace it. I think you can get this from Shopee or Lazada. I got this from Shopee for maybe 80 ringgit or so. And the wiper blades, of course, has been replaced. And yeah, pretty much in good condition. I would say it's kept in stock except for the sport rims. The car has been resprayed for the outer layer only because the paint sort of faded a little bit, and of course with the new number plates, right? So this car is a keeper for sure. So I've been wanting to own one for the longest time, I would say, because when I was growing up, my dad had one of this from 1985. So pretty much the similar model, of course, because this is in the 90s, so it came with few other enhancements I will show you in a bit. This is on the other side of the car. It's still looking good. So yeah, this is a 1.3. I think this is the only version that was available, a 1.3 engine, assembled in Segambut by Tan Chong Motors. The rear lamps are still okay, except for the one that you see over here. Let me just show you. You can see that there's some color difference, or the one on the right looks brighter compared to the one on the left. Pretty much I think there was some water ingress in the left side lamp, which is still happening. I can't find the leak source. I've tried putting on some silicone. You would be able to see over here, but it doesn't seem to help much. Water seeps through if the rain pours quite heavily. Yeah, so in terms of the interior, I think that's the interesting part of this car. So let's just quickly walk into the interior. I've shown you the interior before in a previous video, but it was quite dark. I was in a basement parking the other day. So door cuts still looking okay. This is the version which is before the facelift. I think the facelift was done somewhere in the 1994. I guess this is 1993. So it is still soft touch plastic over here. These are still original stuff, and as you can see, the interior paint is still okay, so it doesn't need a paint job. The door rubbers has been replaced, so this is an aftermarket. You can hardly find an original. I had to replace it because the older one was getting a little soft, or I would say a little hard actually. So the insulation wasn't that good, so I replaced it. This cost me 30 ringgit for one door, so I replaced all the door rubbers, door linings. The car is tinted, front, back, I think the whole car actually. Interior still looks okay. This is the seat. So yeah, if you have one which came from the 80s, it's extra, I mean the 1982 model, 84 as well as 85, you would not be able to find power windows. It was still a manual wind down uh, windows, right? So this is a 90s model, hence it has power windows. A unique feature of this, of course, unique enough, but it's easily broken. So this is a armrest that you can actually open and put stuff inside, but I hardly touch it because it's quite sensitive now, as you can see, due to age. It has aged sort of gracefully, and it's on the verge of giving way. This is the interior of the car, and a brighter light, as you can see, still looks good. I've done some work on the gear console. Pretty much it was broken, so I had to do some DIY and get it fixed. Seats are okay. It's pretty clean, I would say. Yeah, and the original factory sticker in terms of the tire pressure is still available, and the original factory fitted tire, according to this sticker, was 155R13, right? So it's quite small, I would say, for a car this size. But yeah, it was factory fitted that way. Strikers are still okay. I've not replaced it. It's fine. So let's just quickly jump in. Probably sorry for that. Aircon vents are okay. Interior, I've shown you this before in the previous video, but this probably is a clearer version. Dashboard, there's a cover, right? There is no crack. There's no crack. It's still looking okay. As you can see, it's quite dark, but yeah, it's fine. There's no crack. Aircon still works. I would say everything still works, right? Nothing doesn't work over here. And if you are interested to know, it has only done 133,373 kilometers so far, of a lifespan of 27 years, right? So I think that is impressive. It's an arguable point that the car was not driven much, but it's good for us new buyers, right? Because I wanted to get a Nissan Sunny for the longest time ever, and I wasn't able to find something which looks this good. So when I got my hands on this, I just grabbed it. I would say, okay, I'm not gonna miss it this time, because you can hardly find something like this, right? So handbrake, single notch, gear levers are all okay. Even the labels or the markings are still fine. As you can see, it's a 5-speed manual mated to a 1.3 engine. Original stereo with a clock on the left. Aircon control, aircon vent. It's pretty tight, but I'm happy that none of the fins is actually broken, right? So the one on the left moves quite easily, as you can see. The one on the right, it moves, but it's not as smooth as the one on the left. I mean, minor stuff, not an issue. So when it comes to visors, you have both sides. The one on the left with a vanity mirror. For the driver, you don't get any mirrors. You probably have to rely on this rear view mirror. So there's night view as well. You can adjust this, bring it forward, bring it backwards. Functions not broken. Safety belt still winds up pretty well. Yep, seat is looking good. Okay, interesting part of this car, it's so well kept that the previous owner still has this, a manual for a Blancpain Augsburg XQR29. I mean, where do you find all this these days, right? So yep, still has it. And what else do we have over here? It's a Blancpain, something which is written in German, I would say. I think it's an installation manual. Blancpain service station, service dealers. You had service station and service dealers, and these are the service dealers that probably it was available back then, but I'm not too sure about today. But pretty impressive, pretty long list of service stations, right? It's everywhere. You even had one in Muar, in Melaka, Negeri Sembilan, Johor Bahru, Kelantan, Terengganu, Kuantan. They did not leave any area unattended. Interesting part. Next one, you have a TC remote alarm. So TC stands for Tanchong. Remote alarm, and central locking system warranty book. So it had a 2 years or 20,000 kilometer warranty, whichever comes first, right? That's written, I think it's quite legible over here. And yeah, let's not show the previous owner's details, but you can see here, edaran Tanchong Motor Sendirian Berhad. The really old school stuff, right? I am thrilled to have all this handed over to me by the previous owner. You even have a manual to set off the alarm. So it says here, the alarm is instantly set off when you press your code digit numbers in sequence. The last digit number should be pressed longer until you can see the panel indicator light off. So I don't have this model installed because I don't have a panel with numbers in this car. I have seen some with those features, but not in my car. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, this is a vehicle warranty and service information, 1 year warranty by, again, Edaran Tanchong Motors and all this car. So this car has been diligently sent for service in the authorized dealership, and you have a description of warranty service recorded over here, right? And this is an easy reference, or you can just check on whatever that you want. I think this is quite a good feature to have in a service booklet. Nissan new vehicle warranty information. So these are all old school stuff. So if you are an old school lover, if you like all this stuff, like, you know, things about how cars were back then, of course this is not from the 60s, 70s and stuff, probably 80s onwards you get this kind of information available. You have a car air conditioner warranty booklet. It was produced by APM, and you have something highlighted over here. Okay, I think it's the warranty policy. And this car was also serviced again diligently. Oh, okay, this is a warranty certificate issued for this car from 1993. Interesting enough. And you have a warranty card again for your Blaupunkt radio, which still functions. And the most interesting part, you have a Nissan model B11 series owner's manual. And this was printed in Japan, guys. I am so thrilled. And then those days, you know, you have parking meters, which if you park your car, you need to put in some coins, you know, and stuff. It was available in most of the places in Malaysia. So this is an indication that I have parked my car. I wanted to pay for the parking charges, but the meter is broken. So I'm gonna indicate to the officer that, you know, parking meter rosak. Pretty handy. I'm not going to throw this away. This is nostalgic, left behind by the previous owner. And you have a service, or this is a owner's manual, in case you're wondering how do we drive a Nissan Sunny B11 from 93. You can refer to the owner's manual. It is still in pristine condition, as you can see. And last but not least, again, this is an international auto road radio service for Blaupunkt. Old school stuff, which I don't think you can find these days. Okay, let's just take a closer look at the aircon functions. So you have the air direction, quite comprehensive, I would say. Straight to your face, and also feed only, ventilation and feed, as well as ventilation only. And this car, interesting enough, comes with a heater function. I'm not too sure if the heater function works though. I mean, you can see there's cold and there's also hot. I've not tried the hot, but yeah, aircon works fine. I've done a lot of replaced a lot of parts for this car when it comes to aircon, so it works. And you have max AC, economy, as well as you have a recirculation of fresh air coming in, fan speed, 3-speed blower, and you have a, I think this is so wrong these days, right? As though you are promoting smoking, but yeah, I mean, back in the days, this was a standard accessory where it shows this is a cigarette lighter. And for the convenience of smokers, there's even an ashtray over here, as you can see. Okay, what else is original in this car? Pretty much everything. Alright, steering wheel is original. I've placed a steering cover, and it's a 3-pedal. Fuse box is still original over here, and these wires are dangling. I'm not too sure why. I think it has to be just pushed up. Yeah, back on vent and whatnot. Carpet. So interesting enough, this carpet is still original. As you can see, the Nissan Sunny label over there. If you lift it up, you have the carpet, right? Pretty much still very clean. Nothing is broken over here. Tiny storage compartment on your door cuts. Okay, if you move to the rear of the car, yep, not set in much, I would say. And even when I bought it over, I mean, literally I think once or twice somebody actually sat at the rear seat. Well, for this cars of this age, don't expect much in terms of leg room, right? So it is not a huge car, right? As you can see, the cabin space is not big, but it was good enough back in the days. Getting into the car, you know, let me just show you how it's not tight. This is my driving position. I am 5 feet 10 or 11, and when I drive, somebody who is not of this stature could probably sit here. It is not uncomfortable, it's fine. While I'm here, let me just show you the view from the back. So this is the view from the back. As you can see, it's still looking good. Yep, those are the power window switches, still original. I have not done any replacement, and they work well. So this much of space, I think, decent leg room, I would say. And door cuts are still looking okay. While the roof is okay, nothing is broken, nothing is torn, but of course they are quite dirty. And apologies for the background noise. I'm in a park in Setialam, well, and it's adjacent to the main roads, and the sound. Okay, it's quite dirty over there. As you can see, I need to do some cleaning. It looks pretty obvious when I'm recording a video. Yeah, but it doesn't stop the car from, you know, functioning just as good. Now I've replaced this. Of course, this is not an original. This is not an original light. Well, I prefer. I'm okay with this. As long as it works, there wasn't any rewiring needed. Safety belt, seat belts, they are literally seat belts. Okay, it's not a 3-point seat belt. This car did not have the hinge, I would say, so it was just here, lap belts. Okay, just lap belts for all 3 rear passengers. And parcel shelf, well, this is the 3rd brake lamp, and I would say it's still original. It says automatic, I guess. Safety beam, but the sticker is somewhat torn. It works. Those speakers are original Blaupang speakers, right? Came with the car on both sides, as you can see. And guess what, guys? They still work. So everything works in this car. I'm sorry if I'm repeating that it works, but it does. So a car this age, or even, you know, few years junior, you would find a lot of things which doesn't work. When I got this car, everything works. Okay, so I think another interesting part that I could show would be the boot. So you have a boot release over here. Pull to release the boot. Push for the fuel cap. Fuel cap, yep. Yeah, seat adjustment here. This is to recline your seat. This is a pull type seat adjuster. Yep, you can see over here. So this is just, you know, to pull it front and back. That's the DIY part I was talking about. And excuse those marks from the previous tapes. I could not remove them. It looks pretty ugly, but overall, guys, if you look at it, it's fine, right? So let me just release, pull to release the boot. Yeah, you heard that. So once you pull it, it pops up like this. There's some stuff in the boot, but overall it's still in good condition. It's still clean. Boot space. Okay, this is the car cover. So yeah, the anti-rust wax, I would say, it's still there, so it sort of helps keep the car in good shape, right? So there's pretty much no rust actually. Those are just rust proofing. Cables running fine, no issues. This is the seat board. I think it's still original, right? And you have a cross member over here. And yep, so boot space is decent, right? Boot space is decent. Yep, and I've also replaced the rubber. And check this out, this mechanism that used to be present in this car, right, until it was out of production. It's a spring-like mechanism. They have a name for this, but I just can't recall it. If you know what they call this mechanism, yeah, drop it down in the comment box. Yep, so this is the boot space, this is the striker. Of course, it's a bit high, it's not a easy slide boot like you find in modern cars these days, but yeah, people could live with this back in the days, right? This is how it looks like with the boot lift up. To close it, it's okay, so it doesn't come up easily, maybe because it's designed in such a way, or yeah, I guess it's designed in such a way to hold it in place. All right, so if you want to close it, you just have to boom, close it that way. Okay, so I'm just quickly going to show you a walk around of the left side of the car. So this is how it looks like, and probably you would like to see the engine bay, which is still, you know, pretty much original. Okay, so I've not washed the engine bay because I've had bad experience with washing engine bays for older cars, so I'm trying to avoid any complications. Okay, let's just quickly go back and see how do we open this. So I'm gonna try to do it with one hand. Yep, I've managed. Okay, I'm gonna hold it probably just for a quick view. So this is how the engine bay looks like, pretty much untouched. The aircon hose is new, the aircon compressor is also new, okay, and the condenser is new. So as far as the aircon system is concerned, I have replaced a lot of things. I've spent close to 1,000 ringgit, I would say, to do some replacement, because I think our weather needs good air conditioning system, right? So hence, yep, I didn't mind doing it up, and probably it will last for, you know, more years to come. So this car doesn't have a power steering, right? It's non-powered steering. What am I talking about? Non-power assisted steering. Yep, that's right. Yep, it has its original sticker here, which states which color code and stuff. I just got stink by